Harbaugh now heads to Los Angeles Chargers.
Do you think anyone can predict a Jim Harbaugh speech? You're out of your damn mind.
That's a beast mode. My God.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
We have a Chargers quarterback that cusses, boys. This is dangerous.
Phillip Rivers sheds a tear.
We want to be known as world champions, and we're gonna do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than I?
Well, hey there, hi there, ho there, folks. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Bulldog, sitting with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Happy Friday.
That's right, and let's not forget Kyle the Coach Duggan.
What Chargers are we getting this Sunday, boys? What do you think?
That is the question.
The good ones.
Well, let's hope it is the good ones, because we have lots to talk about, and we've got a Craig experience lined up for you as well, so let's waste no time. Start at the top. Obviously, the big news, and let's freaking go. Let's keep the streak alive. As soon as we post an episode, what comes out? A trade?
Somebody posted on our YouTube as soon as this happened, like, hey guys, guess what? Trade just happened.
Streak's still alive, folks.
I think 7 years straight, we're really good at this.
Yeah, we just got to release episodes and stuff happens.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So,
do you think it's worth changing our schedule, or will they just still?
No. We're manifesting destiny right now.
We got to keep the streak alive.
This is on us. They don't have to worry about anything. This is what we do.
I would love it if that was the talk in like the office. Like, all right, we got to trade, but sit on it for a second.
Tuesday between 1 and 3.
Yeah, once those boys release their episode, then you can talk.
Then you can talk about it.
So let's talk about this trade, not just of picks, but of players. This wasn't just you get a pick, we get a player. No, we exchanged players. And let's first talk about the one that we gave away. Alohi Gilman, safety from 2026, 5th round pick. And a 5th round pick, excuse me. That's what we're giving away, is a 2026 5th round pick along with Alohi Gilman.
We get their 7th, but I'm telling you, man, you know how whenever we lose a Charger, I unfollow them on everything?
Yeah.
This is the first one I'm not unfollowing.
No.
Yeah,
because he is a special guy. I love him. He was so cool. I've run into him a few times.
Super nice guy.
One of the nicest guys I've ever met in terms of a
takes
fan.
time after games, celebrates with the fans. Just all around great guy. I mean, the Alohi crew, I'm sure, is in shambles right now, and I feel bad for them.
Sorry, ladies.
But we loved you, Alohi. Hope you do well.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing
just
but
not
the
when you're
best.
playing against us.
Just not when you're playing against us.
All the
just
other
be
times.
serviceable at that point.
It does suck, but it's almost both guys were in such similar situations. Like they were both on the last year of a contract. Neither of them got an extension going into the season. They're both just looking for more playing time to prove themselves to get that next contract. And I think this helps both of them to be able to do that. You know, I think Alohi wasn't on the field a ton, and he wants to go somewhere with the Ravens beat up defensive back room. Like
totally.
He's going to be able to slide right in, play with the college teammate and Kyle Hamilton, get after a little bit and get some more playing time. So good for him. I'm happy that he'll get to do that. And our pass rush has been dang near non-existent outside of Thule ever since Khalil went down. So
right.
You know this guy's going to come in here. Odafe?
I'm not sure on the
Gaddafi?
pronunciation. I think it's Odafe. I know it's Oweh because I was curious. I was like, let me pull up when he got drafted. Surely they said it right then, and they called him Jason Oweh. So I guess somewhere between the draft and now, first name went with Odafe or Odafe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll find out here in the coming days.
Let Matt Money Smith, please tell us how to say it.
We do know.
Seriously.
I do know Oweh is the pronunciation. Oweh.
That's definitely a sax song right there, guys. That's easy.
No, I was just gonna say. I think it sucks to see Alohi go. I was honestly shocked when I saw it come through.
Me too.
I was like, Alohi gone? Like, I know we have a little bit of depth in the safety room, but I love the depth so that way Derwin can stay down by the ball. So that kind of shocked me, in all honesty. But when you sit back and look at it, especially from the player's perspective, for Alohi and for Oweh, it's like you get to go to a team where you're going to play, and you get to go prove yourself and try to earn that next contract. So
big time.
I'm happy for him, but I'm sad for me.
That is the silver lining, is that's an amicable situation for both of these players. Obviously, having to travel to completely different sides of the country now at this point to play for different
His young
teams,
family and everything.
But I mean, for the player and the opportunity, it certainly seems to be better. Daniel Popper tweeting out, Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minner said other players in the safety group, Tony Jefferson, Elijah Molden, RJ Mickens, factored into including Alohi Gilman in the Odafe Oweh trade. I do feel like that's a position where we have depth, or otherwise it's a move you might not even be able to make.
Yeah, it's lot of safety help, a lot of secondary help. Let's just hope that it doesn't. The health stays healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah, because Odafe Oweh comes from the Baltimore Ravens, drafted in 2021. Since that time has accrued 148 tackles, 103 of those solo, 45 assists, and 23 sacks, 10 of those just coming from last year alone.
Yeah, he was on a tear last year, and then and we'll find out a little bit more later on with a special segment from one of our friends,
yes,
who predicted this.
Yes,
but he definitely seems like in the wrong place. Like a really talented guy that maybe is just not. It's not the best setup. So, what have we seen? Any player that comes into our program becomes awesome. Honestly, guys that are that have
awesome.
Guys that have potential that come in, they get the opportunity to become awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So now's the chance.
You know what I like? We gave up a 5th and got a 7th in return. But if this guy could come in here and have a solid 10 games, he might go get paid somewhere. Pass rushers are a premium position. As much as I love Alohi, I don't think he's going to have a good enough season to go get a giant payday somewhere. You could turn this into a 5th round comp pick,
absolutely,
you could get that pick right back if he does have the kind of season that he should have, especially with Khalil being able to get him a little bit more spill. He's going to have to slowly transition back in. Bud Dupree just hasn't really had anything in the tank, it feels like this year.
Right.
So he's going to have opportunity. So you could even turn this back into another 5th round pick, get it right back, and you just got a free 7th.
Absolutely.
Well, and the coach said basically don't be surprised if this guy has a 3-sack game.
Yeah,
is basically what our defensive coordinator said.
Sick.
So that's what he said. Be prepared if he has a Thule type game coming up, especially with Thule and him playing together now. We'll see. It's going to take time to find the rhythm and get going, but he is definitely going to be a boost this week, which we need.
We absolutely need it. Like you said, Bud Dupree hasn't necessarily put up the same numbers. There was an interesting back and forth with Chris Rim tweeting it out. I'm not sure if he was the one that asked the question, but he was talking to Harbaugh, asking about what's up with Kyle Kennard? Why isn't he coming out there to play? And Harbaugh said, it's got to be the best player is going to be the one out there on the field. But when you think about that, we drafted Kyle Kennard in the 3rd, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But since that time, we've added Cleveland Farrell to assist on the edge room. And now going out to get Oweh, it's just
time's a charm.
Clearly Kyle Kennard, unfortunately, is not ready for the field, unfortunately. So that was a huge hope, especially, making it in a 3rd round pick. You want that guy to be an impactful player almost immediately, but
I don't know about you guys, but when I saw trade, I was definitely not thinking we were trading for an edge rusher.
No.
I thought it was O-line all day.
I would have thought
That's
so too.
That's what everyone had hoped for, I think. I don't think anyone has much confidence in the offensive line of the Chargers after the last 2 weeks.
No.
And it's going to get my heart.
It's going to get worse here, but we'll get to it here in a second. Let's finish talking about Oweh, who said, initially, I was shocked with how everything happened. I had no prior knowledge to what was going on. I didn't think it was going to happen, but after a few hours, I was with the Chargers. The situation I'm coming into, it's a fresh start. I was happy. I'm at peace with it now.
Good. Yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder, dude. It's good. Yeah. It's a good place to be playing from.
Yeah. No, he's coming with a chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
Harbaugh had this to say. He said, to me, he's a lot like Khalil Mack. Direct rusher, has speed, has dip, has ability to set the edge. Been a very good, productive player, young player, right in the prime of his career. Those things and others.
Nice. Prime of his
I'm
career.
intrigued by the others.
Yeah.
What are you so vague about the others there,
Time will
Harbaugh? But yeah, with the opportunity to see Oweh and Thule right now, but then Khalil Mack, whenever he does come back, hopefully soon, having him out there as well, I think is going to be exciting. Yeah. And then Oweh on the Chargers edge rusher said Khalil was cool. Obviously, he's not out there, but the little time I did see him, down to earth, laid back, you can tell he's great. Thule, I could tell he's a dog, very vocal, seems like he's a pro mentality. The rest of the guys were cool too, laid back, joke around, but they're about their business, and I respect that.
Well, welcome to the team. Get on the field and go make some sacks.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they're playing them come Sunday. They have confirmed that it's happening. And apparently, Kyle Van Noy.
We know him, right, Kyle? You know him.
Yeah, it's my buddy.
It's your guy. It's your boy. Was interviewed and said that the Odafe Oweh trade was kind of a wake-up call. He said, yes, I definitely have to go with a wake-up call. I can't control those things. I can only control what I do on the football field, as well as be able to communicate to help others around me. And that's kind of what I'm focused on. But it's definitely is a wake-up call for those that haven't been in the business a while. But for me, I always just try to focus on what I can control, and that's continue to do my job requirement, what my job requirements are.
No one really expected the Ravens to be where they are right now.
Dude,
in the
they
slightest.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, well, they're
Not
injured
good.
as hell,
And
is what they are.
They're
Yeah.
injured, but guess who also is injured? That's
Yeah.
us. So this is seems like the injured swap. You know what I mean? Like the brotherly love. They had a nice text message at
bro.
one night.
Like,
and
we
just
got a lot of safeties.
You
And
up?
he's like, well, we got a lot of pass
Hey,
rushers.
I love you, bro. Can we talk? I need
WYD.
some help. What do you need? What you doing?
Because, yeah, I mean, they're injured, and boy, howdy, we are injured as well. Looking at this injury report, there are some concerns for sure. Keenan Allen is not one. He was just resting. Joe Alt still not practicing.
This
However,
is promising.
he is out of his boot.
And coach says he looks great.
And coach says he looks great.
Let's see if he practices when you're listening to this, because
Yeah.
offensive linemen are tough dudes, and they're not. This could happen this weekend.
Yeah.
There's a potential for it.
We're recording this prior to the Friday report coming out, so changes could still
Hang
happen.
tight.
But Mekhi Becton getting a full practice in with whatever the hand injury is. I have no idea what happened with that hand.
I can't. Can I ask you something, Kyle? Like, and I'm not trying to be judgy at all in this situation, but like seeing him on the
preface.
seeing him on the sideline, like partially through the game, and he even was on camera being like, oh, my hand hurts. But he's practicing 2 days later. Like, how bad is that injury to like be able to go full participant on Thursday? Like, just did he pull himself out? Like, I'm kind of at a loss.
I don't know. He probably was like, maybe it was numb or something. He couldn't feel it, and they thought it was broken, and they didn't want to make it worse. Couldn't get X-rays right away. But now they know it's not something he's going to make worse. So now you suck it up and you get back out there. It's got to be something along those lines. Is my assumption.
I like that.
Darius Davis also still not practicing with his knee injury.
Suck it up.
That's, well, knees are rough. The hands you can suck up. Knees, I don't know if you can suck those up.
Yeah.
Bud Dupree apparently dealing with a hamstring injury, but he got a limited practice in. Deshaun Hand still dealing with the groin that took him out that game, still not practicing. Quentin Johnson showed up with a hamstring injury, but getting 2 limited practices in. Scott Matlock, not on the report Wednesday, but on Thursday, getting a limited practice from an ankle injury. Denzel Perryman, they activated him, I believe.
Back.
He's back, at least to practice, and getting
God.
limited on Wednesday, but full on Thursday. Now, here's where the concerns come in, because Trey Pipkins, God love him, dealing with a knee injury, has not practiced Wednesday or Thursday. And Jamari Sawyer, also dealing with a knee injury, was limited Wednesday, but did not practice Thursday.
That's a problem.
That is a concern with how banged up this O-line is.
Could it get worse? I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying those are 2 guys that we don't really want to play, but they have to play.
They gotta.
And
they
they're
must.
not practicing.
So I have no idea what the O-line is or what to expect when Sunday rolls around. But as of right now, again, this is only This is prior to the Friday report coming out, so maybe we'll see some hope.
Fingers crossed.
Report.
God.
And that's the other thing too, boy. We're playing the Dolphins, and it's going to be a morning game, and they're going to have to go back to the East Coast yet again. Yikes!
Yeah,
and then also Jasir Taylor coming up with an illness on Wednesday, didn't practice, but got to full on Thursday. So a lengthy report, to say the least. But some other quotes to look at here. Greg Roman on the new running backs. They're not necessarily new, but they're definitely stepping up to the plate. There's a great opportunity for others to really make a name for themselves in this league. It's what they've been dreaming about since they were a kid. That's the exciting part of it.
That's exciting for them, not
Thanks,
exciting
Grandpa.
for us.
Yeah, I mean, opportunity. Here you go. See what you do with it.
He's a suitor.
Haskins on his opportunity said, the type of guy I am, I'm always looking to get better, run better. Whatever the coaches need me to do, I'm going to get better. I feel like this week is going to be fun. I'm preparing really well, and I'm ready to go out there and play.
Let's go. Haskins.
Great
game. Let's
mentality. It's what you want. Vidal said, it felt good. I wish my preseason went better in some of those games. It was good to get out there and try to fight. It was good to get in the game.
I prefer the Haskins mentality over that. I'm just glad to be a part of the team, you know?
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be playing, and this is great.
Both positive mentalities, but yeah. And then Roman on running back usage said they're going to be big factors in the game. How it's going to unfold from a rep count standpoint, we shall see. It can go a bunch of different ways in that regard. And later adding, I look at it as all hands on deck. We're going to have to really work together on all this. It's going to be hot down there, and those guys have to be ready to spell each other at any point in time and work together.
What if you're going to lean into? Let's do a little poll here.
Sure.
What running back do you think is going to be more successful this upcoming weekend? Kyle, you go first.
Between Haskins and Vidal,
Yeah.
it's flip a coin. I don't know. I think they're very similar in what they do. I don't know. I'm like racking my brain right now to come up with a reason why one is going to be better than the other. I really don't know what would set one apart. Haskins is very much like a downhill, just get the hard, dirty yards. So I guess there's more potential for explosion out of Kamani, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited for guys to get opportunities. And hopefully they shock us and go out there and kill it. But I don't know. I wouldn't bet on a higher on underdog on either of them. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Nice.
Nicely put. What do you think?
I think possibly Kamani, just with the explosion. I think Haskins going to be the bruiser, but
Sure.
Kamani has a little bit more to his game, I think.
I mean, there's a part of me that hopes it's Kamani. I hope that he can come in and step up. I mean, especially now that Najee Harris is going to be out. You want that second guy to be able to come in, give Hampton a chance to take a breather when he does come back. So I would, the last two games, it was really just Hampton out there. Like Kamani came in eventually,
doing everything, yeah.
but it was the Hampton show. So I would like it to be Kamani, and I hope it's Kamani. I think it's Kamani. I will it to be Kamani.
Come on.
Come on, Kamani, and Kamani on over to our sponsor this week, Underdog Fantasy. Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And boy, if you pick Scatabo on the higher, you did really well because that guy blew up on Thursday.
That was a good one.
That was quite the show for Scatabo, and it's just that easy, folks. You can download the app today, sign up with promo code CChat. If you want $100, use promo code CChat. You score $100 in bonus funds. $100 in your pocket on entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code CChat Underdog make picks win money. Must be 18 or over 19 in Alabama and Nebraska, over 19 in Colorado for some games, over 21 in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. And afterwards, come on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Charger Chat, where you can check out all the fun, sometimes silly and sometimes educational videos at patreon.com/Charger Chat. Coach might be learning us a thing or two on Friday's post, so come on over, check it out. But if you don't want to go over there, it's totally fine. Head on over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. Chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in the members section. Ask questions and ask full fans. So come check it out, chargerchat.com. And if you're watching this on a subscribable platform, just hit the button. I'm tired of saying it. Just do it. All right. Time to go on to the next segment. You know him. You better love him. It's the Craig Experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh.
Craig Experience.
Hello there.
Make yourself at home. Got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Howdy. Okay, so last week didn't go well, and I absolutely am not giving a recap because why? Nobody wants to hear about that nonsense. We've all been suffering for like the last week, so let's move on. New game to talk about, but I will give you a short story about something that I experienced that I think you might either get a little bit of a kick out of, or you might feel really bad for me. Either way, if it's a laugh at my expense, I'm cool with it. We should find some joy in what we can from last week, right? So with that being said, let's get to business. CC gang, the biggest of salutes to the rest of the boat fam. Was goody? She got Craig back in Texas with this week 6 edition of the TCE Craig Experience. So let's go. As many of you probably know, I did attend last week's game against the Washington Commanders with 2 of my sons, the eldest of which being a Commanders fan. I explained that story before. When he was 10 years old, he fell in love with RG3. Weird stuff to say nowadays with everything that dude has going on. But I told him at that point in time, hey, if this is who you're rolling with, this is your team, you got to ride it out. So it's kind of sort of my fault, but it is what it is. I like the fact that he stuck with them throughout the years. So yeah, we're in the seats. And everything's going fine for the first quarter. I mean, Chargers up 10-0. And then this Commanders fan comes, walking down the steps. There's 2 rows in front of us. And he's one of those fans. You know, the type guy that makes it all about him. Apparently anything he says goes. And his team is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like all that stuff. Really, really annoying. But I'll tell you what the worst part about it is I either got like devil's advocated or meet Joe Black, whichever direction you want to go. But I'm pretty sure Satan was in SoFi that day. And I think he was Beelzebub. Because from the moment that dude arrived and said, hey, I'm here, the game can begin now, everything went downhill. No joke. Right after he sits down, the QJ fumble happens. And then you know the rest. Everything else is history. But in case you think I'm, exaggerating just a tiny bit, just want to be clear here. The guy gets up to go use the restroom. Remember this? Third quarter, the Chargers had nothing going until Tierra Tart recovers that fumble. And then they get into the red zone. Well, all of that took place during his bathroom break. He gets back from the bathroom. The Chargers are at the 1-yard line and the tip pick happens. That's right. This dude is Lucifer. I'm convinced. He was so annoying that multiple fans were getting up from their seats and moving around to try to find empty seats to get as far away from him as humanly possible. Dude was walking up and down the aisle just going nuts, waving his towel, screaming at Chargers fans. He and I had a couple back and forths just because he was really getting on my nerves. And I tried my best to ignore him, but there was just some Some banter I was okay with, because if you're talking logical stuff, I'll have the back and forth with you as a fan. But then dude just started going off the deep end with some of the craziness he was saying. So just kind of had to pull back. Even my son, a fellow Commanders fan of his, was annoyed with him. So do with that what you will. But anyway, that was my experience. Moving right along though. So in Chargers news this week, there is a little something to be happy about, right? They traded Alohi Gilman and a 5th round pick to the Ravens for Odafe Oweh and a 2027 7th round selection. Man, I feel like I heard this really handsome dude say something about a potential Oweh to the Chargers trade during the offseason like 3 or so months ago. Now, the second name is one that I really like. I'm not sure how realistic this ends up being, because he could just get an extension where he is, but I think there's probably some conversation and concern about maybe that not happening based on some previous injury history and like development or slower development. But nevertheless, that name's going to be Odafe Oweh, the edge from the Baltimore Ravens. And I know I just mentioned like teams lucking their way into like top 10-ish talents. The Ravens are no different. In April, they fell, or Mike Green fell into their laps into the second round due to some off-season or off-the-field concerns. And this might actually make Oweh a trade candidate for the Ravens, because, like I mentioned before, they seem a little bit skittish on giving him like a long-term extension. I know they picked up his 5th-year option, but we'll just see where that goes. If any of you guys figure out who that was, please let me know, because I honestly don't remember. Like, I just recall him being very, very good looking. But aside from that, moving right along, let's talk about this matchup against the Dolphins. But we got to be honest here. The whole next man up mantra sounds great in theory, but when you're at the point of marching out the who's who of who the hell is that, there's really only so much you can expect from the product on the field, right? Now, the Bolts are without stud rookie running back Amarian Hampton. So they find themselves going from not running their stallion enough to not even having him as an option for like the next month at the very least. Now, you almost have to lean on Justin Herbert until the reinforcements heal up. The problem is how? Like, that's the real question. The offensive line is playing a game of musical chairs, like not just week to week, but essentially in game. Literally, it's happening. Don't know how you maneuver around that. Me being the type of person that I am in my 9 to 5, I have to be solutions oriented. And I really hate people that complain about things without presenting, options to work around things, work through them. So here are my solutions for this week. The Dolphins defense, like the Giants, but to a much lesser degree, they have multiple capable pass rushers. There's Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, almost said Ramsey, and Matthew Judon, who I actually forgot was even there. And all four are probably going to be chomping at the bit to get after 10, knowing their efforts are going to be met with very, very little resistance. So let's start with quelling the penalties. The Chargers have amassed 24 for 192 yards in just the last 2 weeks, which is completely unacceptable, especially from a Jim Harbaugh-led team who you feel like will definitely have all of their T's crossed and I's dotted. But that wasn't the case last week or the week prior. And I know a lot of it has to do with a bunch of different bodies being in the fray and lack of continuity, but still, it's just ridiculous. And the worst place like a team with a beaten and battered offensive line can find themselves is constantly behind on down and distance. Next up, I would say play calling has to stay balanced. It wasn't terrible last week. No Hampton in no way means the running game should be abandoned though. Like whatever the rotation is between Hassan Haskins, Kamani Vidal, or Naeem Miller-Hines, if he's called up from the practice squad, like they have to keep the Dolphins defense that currently ranks dead last in rushing yards yielded through the first 5 weeks. They have to keep them honest at the very least. So Greg Roman, look, he may even have to roll out a little bit of max protection, which means you're gonna have like 2 blocking tight ends out there. So I got to check on the status of Will Dissly. Lost track of it between yesterday and the day prior because it's been really hard to watch anything football related since I got back home. Just needed to cleanse myself a bit. But I don't know if Dissly's going to be available. If he is, great. You're probably going to need him and Tucker Fisk if you're going to run max protect. yes, this gives you less options in the passing game, but the Dolphins don't exactly like have top flight guys, top flight, no pun intended, manning the perimeters of their secondary. So whichever combo of wide receivers the Chargers would decide to mix and match, they should have favorable odds against one-on-one coverage on the outside. Where the defense is concerned, it's just got to find its groove again, man. Like last week was atrocious. And much of that had to do with the offense's inability to sustain drives. So they were on the field a lot and dudes were gassed. I really didn't recognize what I saw from them last week, and I don't expect a repeat performance. Honestly, I don't. Tua isn't really lauded for his mobility or really anything for that matter, but so a guy like Odafe Oweh with his ridiculous athletic profile could make a huge splash right out of the gate in his first action as part of the game, getting after Tua and making life miserable for him with Tuli on the other side. And do remember, Jesse Mentor made that comment at the presser a few weeks ago when he talked about Tuli being able to perform at an even higher level with more production if he had a higher tiered or leveled edge on the other side of him. And lo and behold, look at what happened. I don't think that's a coincidence. So let's talk score, right? Game prediction. Listen, I know the last 2 weeks have been rough, but I have confidence. I got the Chargers getting back to their winning ways and still in the dub in hostile territory. So I'm going to go Bolts 20, Dolphins 13. And Lord, please let Herbert outperform Tua, because we all know if he doesn't, every Dolphins fan has tried to prop him up over 10, that, by the way, has been oddly silent for weeks about that. I noticed. But they'll come back out of the woodwork talking all that nonsense again with like little to no real context or viable rationale to support any of their claims. But let's not have any of that go down. So folks, I appreciate you. Until the next time, y'all know who it is. It's Mr. Bolt Gang, or Do Not Bang, aka TOP_FLYT3 over on Twitter. And you know where else you can catch me? Over on the Lightning Round. Definitely on After Hours with my guy Garrett post game this Sunday, where we'll be chopping up everything that took place. After the win. I'm not giving the other option, because to me there is no other option this week. So again, I appreciate y'all, and until the next one, okay, love you, bye.
Well, there you go, folks. Another awesome Craig experience. Craig, I'm sorry you had to deal with
Beelzebub.
the devil.
Sorry,
Lucifer Beelzebub.
What are you doing here?
What a jerk.
Yeah, well, apparently at least we now know he's a Commanders fan.
Well, I'm glad we gave you the tickets for this game, because no.
Yikes. No, I'm sorry that
sorry it went that way, dude.
you had to deal with that guy, and I'm sure your son didn't make it any easier.
Can you let us know what seats those are? Because somebody's clearly selling tickets. We'd like to
the devil of all people.
Yeah, we'd like to keep an eye on those. Tickets.
We need to bring holy water and just bless those seats. Smudge them.
Something out of there.
And boy, what a prediction from Craig so long ago on getting away. I mean, that's wild, dude.
It's kind of creepy, honestly. It's a little creepy. I'm glad he's that smart.
It's kind of creepy.
It's a little creepy that he was able to call his shot.
Yeah.
You have any lottery ticket advice?
Listen, that's what we're here for, Craig.
Yeah.
We gave you tickets to a shitty game. How about some lottery numbers, huh? But in all seriousness, Craig, you're the best, dude. I freaking love these segments, and I love how much fun you're having with them. And definitely go check him out over at the Lightning Round, folks, for some more awesome takes from Craig himself. Again, Craig, thank you.
Thanks, bro.
And that's pretty much going to do it for us, folks. But before we end every Friday episode, we got to make some Bolt predictions. Who's going first?
Kyle.
All right. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to honestly keep it closer and low scoring, because
this offensive line's catchy.
Yeah, dude, it scares me. And I just think even in the last two games, if we just don't turn the ball over, I still think we have a really good shot at winning those two games.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get more conservative. I think Justin's going to be more conservative with the ball. I think he's going to lean on the defense and special teams to make plays. So I'm going to go 17-14. Chargers get the W. And I'm going to bold prediction, no offensive turnovers this game. We win the turnover battle.
Love it.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'll go.
Okay.
Let's go Chargers 21-17. I think that's the score. And I think our brand new guy, Mr. Oweh, gets a
Oweh.
sack.
Ooh,
And I did.
nice start.
Yep, you got to add another one on there.
I was going to say the penalties thing, but that backfired on me hard on Friday because we had
don't do
more. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say it's not going to be hard to watch. Game's not going to be hard to watch.
Wait, what was your score prediction?
21-17.
That's going to be pretty.
No, that's not hard to watch. That is not hard to watch. That's a win.
As long as it's not dumb penalties.
Yeah,
no
dumb
turnovers.
penalties, bad offensive line play. That's what I mean by hard to watch.
I mean, your butt's going to be clenched the whole time still.
It's all, dude. My ass is always clenched watching Charger games, even when we're ahead by 2 touchdowns. This is not a problem.
This is no problem.
I am built for this. This is not a problem.
All right, I'm going to say Chargers are going to win. I'm going to say 16-10. And I think
we have fallen so hard on the excitement for our team. And
well,
it's
they're more realistic. Let's be honest.
We just got realistic.
We still all think we're winning. We're just adjusting.
Fair.
16-10, and I think let's see. I'm going to say Kamani Vidal, who has had a receiving touchdown, gets a rushing touchdown.
Sick.
First rushing touchdown of his career.
Love that.
Yep.
So there you go. Bolt predictions in the books, folks. That's going to do it for this Friday episode. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Let's get the win. Let's just move on. 4-2. Come on, please, for the love of God.
Come on. We need this.
Please.
We need this more than you know.
I don't think you realize how bad
Beelzebub, if you're listening, give us this, please.
Yeah. Lord, strike down the Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Get him out of our situation because we want to not look like that.
No, never again. All right. That's going to do it for us at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.